Hello, I want to talk about quadratic equations that have complex solutions. I'll start off with a simple example here. X squared plus 2x plus 10 equals 0. Now if you were going to try to factor this, you'd find that it's not factorable. You would have no luck. So we jump to the other option, which is to use the quadratic formula or completing the square. I'm going to use the completing the square method. So let's go ahead and do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract the constant, which is 10, from each side. And when I do that, I'm going to put a blank on each side of the equation. Okay, so I subtracted 10 from both sides. That makes it negative 10 on this side, and I put 2 blank spots here. We haven't changed the equation. We haven't changed the solutions of the equation. We just simply moved the 10 over here. Now, what goes in the blank is actually the process of completing the square. So that is always 1/2 of b squared. Okay, and b is always the coefficient of x, not the coefficient of x squared, but the coefficient of x. So 1/2 of 2 is 1, and 1 squared is 1. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 here. That completes the square. And then negative 10 plus 1 on this side. Now I'm going to simplify each side. The right side's really easy because negative 10 plus 1 is negative 9. Now let's look at this side. Okay, the reason why we put 1 here is because it makes this a perfect square trinomial. Okay, and that's x plus 1 squared. And you can check, you can multiply x plus 1 times x plus 1 and you would get x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay, so and the whole reason why we do that is to get it in this form right here. X plus 1 squared is negative 9 because we can square root both sides. Do that, do it right like this, square root that also. And let's not forget to put plus and minus right here. Because when you square both sides, you need to put plus or minus on one side to account for a solution and its opposite, because both 1 squared would give the same number or the same value. Okay, so on the left side, that's just x plus 1. That's what we want. Because when we have x plus 1, we're really close to solving for x, to isolating x. Now, square root of 9, that's with plus or minus, that's just plus or minus 3i, right? We'll just write that right here. 3i. There we go. Okay, and we're almost done. We have x plus 1. We're going to subtract 1 from both sides. Okay, so that gives us x equals negative 1 plus or minus 3i. And those are the two solutions. See, the two solutions are negative 1 plus 3i and negative 1 minus 3i. And that's it.